Hi everyone. I am happy to be back here with you today. I am, of course, sitting in my most favorite place in my home, which is in front of the fireplace. It's April, and considering that we are into the month of April and it is California, I'm a little surprised that it's not warmer, particularly here in Fresno. But I can tell you that yesterday was a cold, rainy day, and I thought of the song, It Never Rains in Southern California, and I thought I'm feeling a little cheated right now, but then I remembered I'm not in Southern California, I'm in Central California. So being here now and still being sheltered in place, as hopefully most of you are, to keep yourselves safe, I'm doing a lot of thinking, reflecting, writing, of course, my ever-famous tidying and room rearranging, but I am not holding back from doing the rearranging and sorting that takes place in my inner work, because that's where it counts the most. And a couple of things came up for me today as I was thinking about being sort of bummed out by the weather yesterday, and moving into today, reflecting that isn't it interesting that the weather can really affect your state of mind in a way where that positive sort of sense of well-being can be disturbed by something, like the weather. And we can be, as human beings, very much like the weather. We can be very mercurial. We can move in and out of good spaces and bad spaces. The thing that this time out gives us now is the opportunity to reflect on that. And what is that about? Is my funk really because it's a rainy day? Or am I tired of being inside? And, I had to laugh, because even if we weren't sheltering in place, I wouldn't have been out yesterday because it was a rainy day and I didn't have to go out. But just the mindset and how powerful that can be, how we can allow ourselves to move into a space of grumpiness or just being irritable because we can't have things exactly the way we want them to be. So yesterday was a good day for me to reflect on that, and I bounced back and started thinking today about the authentic self versus the false self. And authentically speaking, when I'm talking about being who I am and living my life in the best way that I can possibly live it, something that is important is for me to be steady and not to just give in to feelings that come and go and will push me back and forth. And what does it take to get back into that steady place? It takes looking on my Facebook Live and seeing that Bernadette, one of my little angel daughters, is looking right now, and that just brightens me up. And so happy to see you. We'll talk to you tomorrow. It's really doing the work that it requires to be able to maintain a peace that surpasses all understanding. We can't let ourselves be pushed to and fro by a weather forecast. We can't allow ourselves to not show up in the best way that we possibly can, because everything isn't perfect in our lives at the present moment. But we can look at everything that we do have, and we can look at the reality of what is to come in the future and be optimistic and grateful and hopeful. So I'm actually very grateful that I was in a bit of a funk yesterday. It made me stop and think about what's important. And what's important is all the love that's in my life. What's important is all the gifts that I've been given to be able to share thoughts like this with all of you, and maybe those thoughts will help some of you. It's important for me to go deeper in kind of unearthing that authentic self, because let's face it, I don't know about many of the ladies out there, but I'm not knocking myself out putting on makeup every day. I do put a little lipstick on before I come and talk to you, but other than that, nope, not happening. I just think that we have such an amazing opportunity to really go deep and look at who we are and who we were created to be without all of the external packaging, without all of the external expectations. For some of you, doesn't it feel good not to have the expectations of the outside world right now? And how has that made your life just a little bit different and maybe a little bit better? To be able to look at who you are and how you show up in the world and how you choose to show up in the world intentionally, with good actions, with a loving heart. Cultivating all of that right now is just such a tremendous opportunity. And I'm really taking the time to do that. So when you look in the mirror, look right into your eyes and look right down into your soul and just say to yourself, I am here now. I am here. I am present. I am grateful to be here now. It's an amazing experience to look into your own eyes and see past just this package that we happen to be walking around in, and to connect to something deeper, and then to begin the work of really unearthing who you are authentically without the lipstick. See you tomorrow.